I might have to mute my Twitch thing.
Yep, definitely.
I did.
And welcome everyone to this Thursday evening of chess. This is the Thursday night marathon round one, February through March. I'm Abel Talamantes, chess director at the Mechanics Institute, and joining me for our first ever broadcast of the Thursday night marathon is FIDE Master Paul Whitehead. How's it going?
All right.
And a little bit later, Judith Starray is going to join us, and we're going to hang out and watch the games. For those that don't know, the Thursday night marathon, it's one game per evening. The time control is game in 60 plus 5. We had about 40 participants in this open section event, and on board one, you are looking at it right now. It is the TNM champion, Grandmaster Gadir Gusainov, playing Jeff Anderson. And here we are. Look at that pawn structure. What do you think of that? Nice little wall.
What are we looking at here?
Are you on the Twitch?
I am.
I think you need to refresh it.
Yeah, let me just go back here. Sorry, folks. Let's
Technical
see.
difficulties.
Technical difficulties. Um, I think I was on the wrong Twitch channel or something like that, or the wrong video.
You're on the wrong
Yeah,
Twitch
that's
channel.
it. Okay.
That's not good.
No, I mean I was on the wrong mechanics video. I was watching one of our previous videos.
You trying to relive the glory or what? So you see the
Now I'm
game
watching
now.
Taylor Swift and Capital One.
Oh, you gotta suffer through the commercials.
All right, so Gusenev is playing Zenwabi.
Yeah, that's Jeff Anderson. I think.
Well, we have some kind of close Sicilian here, and
Oh yeah,
you
get
know,
out of here.
it's still a game, folks.
It is a game.
Yeah,
There we go.
king side versus queen side action.
So let's go down
I'm
the
not
line.
gonna I'm not gonna give the grandmaster the point yet.
And I think it's Tejas Mahesh is in the chat saying, "What's up? What is up, Tejas?" And thanks for getting us the games so we can submit to Ken. Tejas Mahesh, a Scholastic player, quite strong, expert strength. Volunteers in helping us get the games prepared so we can send them to Dr. Ken Regan for fair play reviews. So preparing the games from the recently concluded Tuesday night marathon, so we can send them out. And here's board two. Uh, and this should be a fun matchup because this is International Master Elliot Winslow playing black, playing Patrick Donnelly, who's been one of the top scorers in the under 1800 section of our Tuesday night marathons. So he's sort of playing up here into a section he might soon be seeing.
Well, White's doing okay. He's got to have the two bishops, and we're getting the Benoni here, sort of a Benoni. Black is going to be able to play b5.
This is the Benoni modern classical Cherniak defense.
Okay. Well, you know, I mean, we could almost call this the Mechanics Institute variation now with Michael Walder and all these people playing this stuff with black now.
The MI defense.
It's the MI defense, yeah.
Like, is it some kind of oxymoron where it says it's the modern classical?
Yeah, I mean, what does that mean? Modern
Jeez.
classical.
A modern
Jeez.
classical defense.
Right,
And
some invented by somebody trying to sell their chess book, probably.
and Tejas is in the chat asking when he should start drinking coffee. I started drinking coffee when I was like 12.
Me
So
too.
so
Yeah, I was early with the coffee.
and look how we turned out. So if you want to turn out like us, start now.
Yeah, watch out.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and then 35 years later, see what happens. And here we have board three with Theo Biasas playing Jacob Wang.
No, I gotta like white here with two bishops and some attacking chances. And if the position gets blocked, though, black will be good. But right now, I'm liking white.
And Theo's USCF rating is 2175. And I
Oh, this
know
guy's got to get to master.
he's been trying so hard for so long to get those extra points to get that title. And I know he will do it. I know he will get it. But, he's like so close. And then, everything closes up. So,
Well, if he and I could play in a game, then I could practically guaranteed be a master because he could beat me, and it's been done before. There was a chess master. I'll name him. His name was Gary Pickler, and he was an expert for many years, and he could not get his rating over master. One day at the Mechanics Institute, he caught me on an off day, and his 2190 something rating, he beat me, and his rating went over 2200. And you know what?
he
He
like quit.
never played again.
Yeah, it's like we encountered the same thing during one of the arenas. And he's young, so I don't fault him, right? But we've seen this many times from different players. So Sebi Suarez and Chess.com rated cross 2000. So he was in the Twitch chat saying, "Well, maybe I'll play, but I just crossed 2000 on chess.com rating." And I'm like, well, what are you going to do? Like quit chess forever then? Because you crossed 2000? Like, you got to keep playing. And then so he jumped in and then he lost like 3 games in a row and he went back to 19. But it's like this mentality that like, I got it and now I should stop, right? It's, it.
Well, there's no, stop when you're world champion. That's when you can stop. And
But
even then, those guys don't know when to quit all
but
the time.
but it's not like you lose your master status because once you cross 2200, you're master, right? It's not like, well, you lose a game or you draw a game and you go to 2199. Well, you're not a master anymore, right? It's once
I guess it's all in your head, you
it's
know?
psychological for sure.
Yeah.
And here on board number 4, Brian Hood is playing white against Brandon Z. Swift Breeze, who I think is new to the marathons here.
I think White's made some kind of error here. He's going to have to, he can't recapture with the pawn. And if he recaptures with the piece on d4, well, that's probably not what he was intending. Taking on c6 is just going to give black the two bishops. Black's got a good game here.
And then moving on, it is National Master Mike Walder against Nur Sultan Uzakbayev.
Aha. Well, Michael's got the slower time control. Notice that every game, his pieces are sort of pointing towards the black king. There's always this threat of checkmate. Michael's going to checkmate you. Well, certainly white is much better, if not winning already. I mean, he's won a pawn, and black's knight at b7 is out of the game. And so this is already looking like a one position for white.
And moving on to the next board,
Disastrous opening for black.
it's Michael Zhao against Arthur Liu. And Arthur is looking like He's got stuff in control, but is that rook that's sitting on g5 for white menacing?
Yeah, I mean, black has a pin down the c file. That's pretty annoying. But the threat is queen takes f6. So what's black going to do? He could play knight e8.
Yeah, but 98, and then yeah.
Maybe king h8.
Or how about e5?
e5. e5 is even possible, and he plays it. Look at that, queen e5. You lose a piece at the end. So what about rook e5? Yep. Then g6. e5's a little risky.
E5, rook e5, d6.
And then the rook can go back to g5, and then black can take on. I don't know why black did this. Am I overlooking something? Maybe rook e5, rook takes c5, rook takes c5, then d6. Again, the rook goes back to g5. Maybe rook takes e5, knight g4. I don't know.
And
black played it very quickly. Rook takes e5, knight g4, queen takes g4, queen takes e5. Yeah, somehow it should work for black probably.
check out the action of this position here. This game is Adam Stafford is playing white against Cal McCarty-Sneed.
Is that Dr. Banner?
That's Dr. Banner, like Bruce Banner. And Cal McCarty-Sneed was a very, very talented Scholastic player.
I know him very well.
Yeah, and I'm imagining, school got in the way and was kind of like focusing on school. He looks like he's back, ready to play. His opponent is a little bit deceptive because his opponent, Adam Stafford, has a USCF rating of 831, but his strength is about 1600. It was just due to inactivity, and we know this because he's played some events with us already, but the rating hasn't been updated. So, and you can see his chess.com rating is like 2000. So he's a tougher opponent than his 831 rating suggests.
Well, it looks like Bruce Banner, Dr. Banner might be in some trouble here. G7 is being piled on here. What happens after queen takes b2? This loses. Rook g7 check and queen takes b7.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, black just kind of fell in with white's program here.
That's it, huh? That's nowhere to run. All right, let's check in on this match here. This is Nicholas Reed taking on Akko Hidari.
That's a good matchup.
Yeah.
Well, this is still too early to call here. Some kind of French defense.
Yep. It came from
as long as somebody doesn't hang a piece or their queen, the game goes on. Every piece is on the board still. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us for the Thursday night marathon. Are we going to get Alexei from Texas?
Yeah, we don't know who's going to pop in. Thanks for Thanks for chatting in the chat, Tejas. Let's check this one here. This is LOL the awesome dude. We have to see who Akshaj Pulijala taking on National Master Thomas Mazer.
Well, with black having a nice grip on f4 right now, it's going to be difficult. This is hard to tell what's going on here. Looks good for black right now. Maybe he should try breaking on the F file with F6 or something like that.
And then switching over to this game, and then I think we've peeked at all of them after. Oh no, there's still a couple out, but this is Christopher Nelson is playing white here against Austin Bourdier.
Well, white looks like he's in trouble. The knight on c3 is attacked, and if it moves, the pawn on e4 is going. So.
Oh, yeah. Too much pressure.
Yeah, this is not good for white.
And then let's take a look at this. Wow, this game's already near endgame. This is Catherine Liu against Aaron Nikosky. So Catherine Liu, very underrated in this game, or outrated in this game, but she is down a pawn. But
yeah, I mean, this is black is favored here, of course. A long way to go, but pawn up and a double rook ending.
And let's go back to the top board and see what Gadir is doing here. Just launching those pawns forward.
Yeah. And black's not castled yet. So white's sort of got the whole board to open up here. He can open up the king side, he can open up the queen side, and the center is still fluid. So very complex game. And white's, making this little probe with a3. But this has got a long way to go. I mean, right now, white's pressing black. It's funny, the knights are on the rim.
Yeah. And that's the GM.
Yeah.
Violating every principle. Let's check
tough game.
Christian Clemens against Yali Danzig Perlman.
Well, we have one of those typical stonewall patterns here. The dark squared bishops have been exchanged, which is usually considered to be good for white. But
in this opening?
Yeah, because now black's bishop, it's got some possibilities. Yeah, usually that's traditional would be considered. But black has an active game. White's trying to open the c file here. So maybe bishop to b7 is the conservative move, but it connects the rooks and probably is the right move here.
And flipping around, let's see what Elliot Winslow's doing. Looks like
that was that Benoni.
He looked like he snaked a pawn here. He sure did.
Oh, look at that little cheap shot. So white, for some reason, went back with the knight to d1 and overlooked knight takes d5.
Yep.
Because
the knight on d1.
Yeah, the rook on e1 is not protected.
Disconnected the rook there.
You should try not to go back with your pieces at all costs. It's just
just a
I
no-no.
guess black was trying to get out of the way of pawn to b4, but usually it's the move itself that could be good for white, to play pawn to b4. But this is unfortunate. Definitely better for black now.
Let's go back and check on Theo Biasas' game. And Theo's been using a lot of time on his clock.
All right, so the F file has been opened here.
Can black do anything with it?
Well, white has to sort of organize himself here. The rook to c1, putting pressure on the c file may have been, yeah. Here goes. Here comes the battery. Queen d3, bishop c2, queen d3 thing. This is going to be tough for black.
Yeah, especially with the knight on g3, just because of
it's in a good spot. Yeah, this is a good move, and the black bishop at a7. I mean, black is in a little bit of a desperate situation here, possibly. He's attacking d4, but can white just play queen d3 here? Is that check any good? I mean, like queen d3, sometimes the check is allowed, the king goes to f7, and then what? So very tense situation.
Let's check on Mike Walder's game here. He had the 2 pawns down the middle here.
Well, this black has not improved his game much.
His knight does not look good at all on.
He's a pawn down
B7.
with a terrible position.
Simple assessment.
Yeah.
From Paul Whitehead. Let's.
Michael's probably trying to figure out some mating attack here. Bishop to g5 looks like a good move to start out with.
Back to board 1. So Wabi has been able to castle here.
Well, yeah, but
is he castling into something?
It does give that impression, doesn't it? As long as black doesn't follow up with some terrible move like f6, allowing g6, that will be lost.
Well, it looks like Gadir played his own f6.
Yeah, it looks like black might have just castled into it.
And flipping around here.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens here, but it looks like a strong attack is brewing for white. The Grandmaster is attacking you. Watch out.
And here we have Robert Smith playing white against Kevin Sun.
Another kingside attack.
It's like the players just go after each other on Thursday nights.
Well, black has to play f6 or knight g8, or, well, no, he can't play knight g8 because of knight g5, so probably he's going to have to play f6. And then knight g4 opens up the queen h6 move, and he's going to have to play knight g8. So,
And
white's definitely better here.
Going to this game, it looks like Arthur Liu's got this under control. Still got to watch out for some cheapness, though.
Yeah, like queen takes f6, but that's the most obvious move on the boards here. So.
And there she is. The doctor is in, as they used to say, as Lucy used to say in the Peanuts cartoons.
Good.
How's it going, Judith?
Good. How are you guys
Hi,
doing?
Judith.
Good. Just checking out the games of round one of the Thursday marathon, and on board one here, it looks like Gadir is ready to pour it on to Jeff Anderson.
How many people are playing, Judith?
We have 34, 35, I think.
Okay.
34 probably playing, and we have one well, no show or a half point buy or a full point buy. We'll have to see, and then two half point buys. So I think we have 37 total players
Okay.
currently.
So I switched Austin Bordier and Raven.
I'm pretty sure you did good, and I'm sorry. I like. I know I should.
Oh no, that was cool, and I know what you're talking about. Is that was teamwork personified? Because when I started the games. There's the spreadsheet where we click and start the games, and when someone doesn't show up, we put a little marker so that we know to go back to it. And as I was starting all the rest of the games, Judith was on the spreadsheet, making little notes and doing this, and like my eyes were like shifting. I'm like, oh my god, she's like doing something over here while I'm doing this, but like
So
totally,
one thing that
totally
was
worked out.
helpful probably Akko changed
Right,
his screen name. So it was Oka Akko until now, and now is Akko H,
right,
which is great, but he didn't let us know. So I had to go back to the club and double check his new ID, and so
right.
that was done.
That's interesting that chess.com allows people to do that. Why do you think they do that? Is it supposed to
Like,
make it the platform more attractive to?
You mean
well, and also like they got tired of one name, right?
yeah? Paul, like you get tired of your own name, you just want to change it. And
Um,
you just change
you
it.
know, I got over that in grade school sometime.
Right, we've all gone through where we hate our names, right? And
Yeah, but I mean,
here, I'm like fixing our names here so that we look respectful.
so Gadir is playing here. Gadir is
There we go.
he's going over to the attack.
He's doing the art of the attack,
Yeah.
and Jeff is going to do the art of defense. He's going to try to anyway.
And so now where's the mate? Let's see if we can figure it out.
It's Queen G4, right, and then threatening Rook takes F6.
Yeah, if rook e8, then queen g4, king h8, rook f6, rook g8, queen h4. Yeah.
And Judith, what's going on at the Scholastic Council? Any news?
No news really. I mean, we talked about a few things that the EB wants us to discuss, and we a little bit hypothetically discussed what will happen in each of our opinion, like when we go back to over the board, how will next school year. I think it's safe to say that we all think that hybrid events will be the next school year's big attraction, because I mean it's a reality that schools might not let teams travel, so you
Right.
don't get that
Not to
school.
mention parents.
Yeah, and so probably parents and schools also, they don't want their students to travel, especially not outside of the state. So within the state is fine, but you know
And
how to do that and things like
and
that.
and the hybrid event has the potential to compete for a regular rating, right?
Well,
Not
not
USCF, not USCF, but
so,
FIDE.
yeah, and we brought that up that FIDE has these hybrid events, which if the organizer um, if the organizer plans appropriately and gets permission, it will be over the board rated and norm possible. But for USCF, it's strictly online currently.
And
But
I think Cal McCarty Sneed is in the chat saying beating me only makes me stronger. That's the right attitude. You had a
Hey,
tough
welcome back, Callahan.
and
Yeah.
and you had a tough opponent. He's a lot stronger than his rating. Like his rating is actually 8 something, but his strength is much
Who did
stronger
he
than
play with?
Adam Stafford.
Now,
Or-
Judith, do you know the McCarty Sneed family?
Yeah, I do know.
Okay, so there's a lot of kids in that family.
Yeah, a lot of kids and a little birdie telling me that they might actually move to Stockton.
Is that right? Huh.
I don't know if it's gonna happen, but yeah, it's like okay, well, it's not terrible town. Like it's there are worse towns.
No. I mean,
Well, I've heard her badmouth that town like you wouldn't believe. So
Yeah, but
what can you do?
yeah.
I haven't been through Stockton. I haven't been through Stockton in many years. So, but I know some good people that live there. That's for sure. And you're not the only one, Judith. There's some really wonderful people living in that town.
Yeah. Michael Delacruz, I think he's around the area, and I know he's a really good Pacific fan. So I actually often saw him at Pacific.
Is that right?
Mhm.
That
Yeah.
is funny. You know, I knew him back when I was playing as a kid too. And then when I kind of popped up again back in the chess scene, he's like, "Hey, like I remember where you when you were like 13, 14." I'm like, "Yeah, just
Who is
show-
this?
Michael Da Cruz."
Delacruz.
Oh yeah. That name is familiar to me too.
Yeah. All right, let's what's going on in the chess world here? Let's
Chess.
take
I'm
a,
distracting you guys from chess. That's not good.
No, not at all.
Stockton, yeah.
Not
Well,
at all.
Black has a little reprieve here with White just playing Rook D1. Oh,
Now he didn't take the bishop.
well, coming up is Queen D5 check.
Queen D5 check.
If he had taken the bishop.
Oh yeah. Shoot, see more.
But now White can just play
See more
Bishop
than I do.
E7.
Yeah.
Bishop E7 is good enough. Black has lost.
Straight up, just like that, huh?
Straight up. Yeah, straight up.
That was just look at this game with Christian Clemens and Yali Danzig Perlman. I feel like when I see Christian play, I see, locked up positions. He seems to like enjoy these. Everything just
Yeah, certain players have certain styles. All right, Black's doing fine here. Can we look at the board one again?
Yeah, let's go back.
That was getting really exciting. I mean, the Grandmaster's on a mating attack here.
And
We
here
should
it is.
try to figure out what if he can do it.
And here it is right here.
All right, so Black has given up the exchange in order to keep his dark squared bishop.
And what do you do? Do you take with a knight?
Well, you got to take with. I would just maybe take back with the rook.
Yep, that's what was played.
Yeah.
But like, oh no,
And then
you couldn't take.
no,
with a knight.
White is
You hang the bishop.
White's got a little bit of an issue here with the knight on A4 out of the game. But once Gadir solves that problem, this is going to be very, or find some other way in here. King H1.
So he's looking to put the rook on G.
Yeah. And also maybe, he can take on B4 without a bunch of times without worrying about a check on the diagonal. The knight, he wants to get the knight back in the game here, sort of finish things up.
Wow. Let me look at this game. Programming Max.
That's Marina, right?
That's Marina. Yeah. Against Jonah Bush.
Yeah.
Marina Shao.
I want to ask her about that name. Like, why?
Programming Max.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it's a
What is,
part of of a previous chess kit account, or if it's
I
something
Yeah.
think
else.
I think black is losing here. I mean, what happens after white makes a queen? I don't see the mates.
Yeah.
Bishop check, king h1. Maybe take on f3, but then queen e8 check.
Oh, that's brutal. Almost want to see it, like on the board.
Yeah, or queen d8 and then queen e8 mate.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Jonah
black
is
has
a really
nothing.
strong player, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean, kudos to Marina to last 34 moves. I think their rating is quite different, like 19 versus 1400, right?
Yep, yep, yep.
So I
And we're
think
seeing
that,
a lot of that in this round, where it's people are getting their shot right at the high rated.
but I mean, it's an open section first round. We expect this to be the fastest one, right? So
Yes. Yep, that's exactly right.
for those who don't know, open section, that means everyone is in one section, and it's sort of expected that the highest rated will get a middle field. I mean, that's Swiss pairing for you guys. The highest rated plays with the middle one, the second highest, the second middle one. But the range of rating is so large that the rating differences is quite high, quite big. So one or the other opponent is highly expected to win.
There's
So
definitely an imbalance in the
yeah,
competition. And Arthur Liu has also won his game now.
yeah, I see that.
And this is the final position here. So congrats to Artie Liu. And
Arthur,
it looks like the siblings are both
yeah,
ready.
they're probably,
They're ready to finish their games. So back to Gadir. We're gonna see if we can see the GM do a GM finish. What's the continuation here, Paul? What are the GM moves?
Well, white now has, black's probably done as best as that he could.
Now it's
Um,
just down the exchange.
and he's down the exchange, and he's a little bit tied up here because bishop moves, then knight g5, knight moves, rook takes f6, f6. The other knight has no useful square to go to, really, except for h. No, it doesn't. He can't even go there. I mean, black is left with moving his queen pretty much here, or maybe the rook on f8. And we can see now the usefulness of king h1, right? And as I mentioned before, there's no queen c5 check winning a rook, for example. So far-sighted move, king h1, but sort of routine in a way as well. The time difference is huge now.
And
So,
going back to this game, and something to what Judith was saying earlier, this is a game where there's a huge rating mismatch, but Catherine Liu's playing white has been keeping up with Aaron Nikoski. Now, Aaron is up a pawn, and the endgame's probably won, but this is not so easy.
well, to say it's one is not.
Especially with both rooks still on the board.
Yeah, I mean, this has got a long way to go. But black is definitely better.
So I'm trying to find a game that's got a lot of chaos.
Are you in a chaotic mood?
Yeah, I want to see just chaos, like everything getting thrown out there. Well, let's go to board one and just
Okay, so Joe now finished it as well. So
okay.
I don't know if you announced that, but
So Jonah Bush got the job done against Marina.
I'll be right back. I left my sweater outside and I need my
Yeah.
sweater.
Yeah, it's freezing in Stockton over there.
A Pacific sweater.
So Black has to just, play as tough as possible and not lose anything.
The resistance.
Yeah, try to show some, resistance here. White might be ready for something like knight g5, h6, knight takes f7, rook f7, queen g6. I think Black is probably on his way out here, but it's still there's still some possibilities.
About to get yanked off stage, yeah.
Yeah.
With the hook.
Yeah,
Wow.
the umbrella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at this. It was Robert Smith against Kevin Sun.
Nice.
Very nice. Go Tigers.
Thank you. Yeah, I need to support it.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, we haven't seen Kevin in the Tuesday night marathons lately, which I wonder because it's too slow for her. I mean, too fast for him, and he prefers G60, or
Maybe it's the wrong time of the week.
Yeah.
yeah,
Maybe he's got something else to do on Tuesday night.
he has like swim team or something. No.
Like enrichments are back.
Yeah, I wish.
It was funny. I drove by today a public elementary school that was like empty. Empty lot, empty nobody. Then you drive by a Catholic school and you can hear the kids running outside. It's like, some schools are open, some are not.
And it's even here, like high school.
Yeah, 'cause my daughter goes to Catholic school.
Well, yeah, but I mean that high school is back 5 days a week. Another school back 2 days a week. The other school is not. So it's all over the place.
You never know what's doing what.
It's crazy. And poor kids, like, I mean, how can you explain? And this is like almost within like one neighborhood, right? How do you explain kids? Oh, you can go to school, you cannot because
Or some days you can, other days you can't.
I don't think it's fair. But
So here's that little combination I was talking about with White playing knight g5, h6, and knight f7. So now White's won a pawn, and Black is on the verge of complete collapse here.
Are we talking about the Gadir's game?
Yeah.
This is pretty much over. It's over.
And he used 8 minutes.
8 minutes.
Well, Black just wasn't, Castles was risky, but he was under pressure. Black was under pressure anyway.
Yeah.
Now White's threatening queen takes d6 as well, so this is just lost.
Moving on to this game between Brian Hood playing White, 1574, against Brandon Shee, 2130.
Yeah, and Brandon.
And I'll be right back.
Yeah, you need to go, right? I'm gonna mute Abel so that we don't hear his. Oh no, I can't. I don't think I have the capability of muting him. Yeah, I was really happy to see Brandon signing up. We haven't seen him in online chess for a while. I know that's a family of 2 players. I think he has a brother too. and his mom reached out to us and during the day that she's wanting to sign up. But the other boys, so we are happy to see Brandon.
Is that Swift Breeze?
Swift
Yes,
Breeze.
yes,
Okay.
and he's a solid 2100 rated player. So
Well, he's
Right.
winning a piece here.
yeah, so he should be winning this game fairly easy, I would say,
Maybe, maybe winning a piece.
even if he's out of practice. And I actually don't know if he has been playing chess. Let me look it up. Now it makes me curious.
And while you do that, we'll check on Theo Biasis.
Oh, Theo. So for those of you who don't know, Theo is the son of Peter Biasas, Grandmaster Peter Biasas, and the late Ruth Herring, women's Grandmaster Ruth Herring. She was on the Call Chess board. She was on U.S. Chess, I think, board, as well as she was a FIDE regional representative for US Chess to FIDE. She was running with Michael Short for the presidency. She was the vice president candidate
Yeah, that's right.
when the elections, and they lost or they withdrew, I don't know. But
I think they had some agreement where they withdrew to throw the support to someone
yeah,
or something.
which
Yeah.
is, well, the current president.
Right.
Um, what's his name? If I were Shawn Manros, I would know his name.
the great, the greatest FIDE president that ever lived.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, I look embarrassing, but I don't know the FIDE president. Yeah,
It's a
so
Russian. It's a
yeah,
Russian.
he's a Russian. How's Theo doing? Let's see how.
Arkady
Yeah, Arkady.
Vorkovich. Vorkovich. Vorkovich.
Yeah, he's actually done a better job than people. I think people are actually starting to give him some credit now.
Yeah,
But I don't know the politics involved. I mean, it's been traditionally a corrupt kind of position. I
yeah.
mean, after Max Erva, right?
And
Max Erva was the FIDE president during the Fischer-Spassky match, but I don't think there's been much to say about that position since Max Erva.
yeah,
It's been like a bit of a show.
Yeah, the corruption from FIDE is switched off to more local organizations.
Yeah, interesting.
yeah. But I think he's done a pretty good job in the last. I mean, I certainly don't know anything too much about FIDE and how is it changing, but the little signs that we see that how the meetings went online during pandemics, how the the delegates meeting or the meeting were held online, how some of the initiatives going, those are good signs. Obviously it's very hard to overturn them, relatively not ideal organizations, so slow, one step at a time, but
Yeah, baby steps, especially for an organization like that.
yeah, exactly. But like what we see, for example, so as mechanics became a FIDE academy, and we are dealing with that part, the educational part. I think they are trying to push through some of very logical change. And Peter Long is our contact at FIDE with
Hmm.
the FIDE Academy. He's been wonderful. He's been meeting with us online, even when it's really, really late for him or super early for him, because he's in China. And I mean, the things that we is saying, it's very promising, I think. We'll see.
Yeah, and he's been pretty responsive to
Yeah.
yeah, and like you said, like meeting at all hours, any hour
Yeah.
of the day for him.
So Alexander Huberts won his game against Sharvey. Uh, So good job, Sharby. Don't give up. I know it's late for you, and I know it's long time control, but I'm very happy to see you play. So
And I'm hearing the sound of draw offers.
Draw first.
I'm curious who's.
Actually, Jacob offering draw, and now the second time Theo declined.
Oh, to Theo.
Yeah,
That's
and
insane.
this is, shall we talk with Jacob?
I'm looking at the position now.
Yeah, and he offered draw twice, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's not going to get accepted. Would you take a draw here, Paul, if you were white?
No.
Would you be insulted if you were offered a draw?
No, I mean, yeah, I don't think that's some people might be like, oh, insulted, but I think it's more just, um,
Oh,
you can't take it personally. You just have to keep going.
Yeah. The other game that was offered is Christian Clemens's game. His opponent, Yali, offered a draw.
that's right.
I think Yali is severely underrated. His USCF ID, USCF rate is like 1400, but on chess.com is actually 17, which is I think closer to his current strength. So
There's just so much more to be played here, right? That's the
yeah.
It looks like, did Black just play G5, blundering a pawn?
And offered a draw.
And offered a draw.
Yeah.
So white plays knight takes e4, f takes e4, knight g5, and then the knight can go back to h3 where it's nice and safe.
Yeah.
Very odd.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think so. Anyway.
And Gadir is still trying to close the show, and Jeff Anderson down to 2 minutes, 2.5. Oh.
Well, we had Jeff in one of our classes, right, Paul? One of your early classes. I think he was a student, right?
Is that right?
Yeah, I think so. Wasn't he part of?
But now he's losing everything after rook c8 check, so
Right.
I'm not sure what. He maybe has to go back to class.
He's like, he wasn't
You
no
know what?
class of mine.
I'm not claiming him as a student. No, just kidding.
And there it is.
Gadir is a really strong player, so and Black was completely lost anyway. So
Yeah. Paul, he took your game analysis class on
okay.
days. I think around like summer or fall.
And what's his name again? Jeff
Anderson.
Oh
He's
yeah.
Yeah. So.
And here we have Elliot still happily up a pawn. And this game, Black is, this was an interesting moment where White might have tried to take on E2, Black, and then, yeah, go ahead.
Well, this isn't Elliot's game. This is.
No, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
This is.
Well, we flashed over Elliot's game, so I yeah.
Well, let me flash it back. It's like you.
That's
like,
like,
I don't have my
Like
hands
he
on the
sees
control.
he sees the subliminal messages, right?
hey, dude, stop.
It's like what are they saying? Britney Spears hiding.
This
hiding
is why I
messages
want. This
inside.
is why I want to get back into the office. Is because then I can have my hand on the button.
Wants control. He wants to control.
I was just saying that Elliot's still a happy pawn ahead.
Yeah.
And that was all.
Well, we can't wait for you to go back to the office and be in charge of the broadcast either.
Oh
Then
no,
you're
absolutely.
out on the field, TDing outside.
Yeah. Judith sitting in the back with the computer up,
Well, or just walking. and see.
walking around.
And
I
speaking
miss
of which, how's Juan Centejas doing?
He's doing all right. I text him every now and then, and he's doing a lot of chess on his own with Chess Sin Fronteras. organizing online events and
Fantastic.
things like that. Yeah.
Yeah. You said we're going to be working for him soon, so.
Oh yeah. He's gonna be the kingpin.
Weren't you a member of? I mean, a guest on his show a few months ago.
It was someone else's show. It was Yahira, because he partners with a bunch of different people, and they sort of almost share each other's content. And,
Interesting.
Yeah.
How's Carla doing?
I haven't talked to her actually. Is she still in Ecuador? Or?
She's still in Ecuador. Does she know Oli?
I don't think so.
I don't think so, but I think she's actually traveling. She's looking for over the board tournaments.
Is she traveling by donkey?
In Uruguay.
Oh, that's right, Uruguay. I'm sorry.
Okay, so Gadir closed the show.
Yep.
Yes.
That's down. Did we cover all other games? Because I think I want to stay true to our message.
Yeah, I mean we've looked.
We've been
we've been covering everything.
Every game.
Well, I mean we've looked at it at least.
Okay.
We've peaked.
How about Akko?
Yeah, we've definitely looked at that. That's this one right here.
Is Cleveland Lee playing?
No.
Not now.
Okay.
Yeah. There's Akko H.
Oh, and we still have Michael Walters just destroying his opponent.
Yeah.
Akko is in a tough position here. Black's pieces are not well placed. And this is definitely going White's way.
And Nick Reed's a tough player.
Yeah.
No, this is not good for Black. He's in difficulties here.
I want to say he's in high school, Nick Reed, but I might not.
I know Nick very well.
Nick Reed?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Are we talking about the same Nick Reed?
Yeah.
Yes, I think so. Young man that
I think he knows his dad really well. Right?
playing in what?
You know his dad pretty well?
I know his dad pretty well as well. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nick was playing. Has been playing at the Mechanics for quite a while now, some years.
Okay, yeah, I see his tournament schedule. Wow.
And Theo Biasis has mated his opponent.
Now that's what happens when you offer
Jacob Wang. So congrats to Theo getting.
Yeah, that just went south for Black, for sure.
And moving on to Christian Clemens and Yali Densig Perlman.
Nick was taking lessons from Elliot Winslow for a while. And this is exactly what happened. The draw offer came, Black lost a pawn.
Now
I wouldn't be happy if I was Black here,
Yeah.
having lost this pawn.
Especially how it came.
White still has some work to do, though, to make this happen here. But still a tough position.
And look at this game. Akshaj Pulijala against Tom Mazer.
And I have to tell you guys, Tom is the most perfect gentleman. Every time he requests a little bit of change or a buy request or something, he's just so polite and nice every time. Like
Tom, I've known Tom for many years. He's a terrific human being.
We miss these guys. So
he's something very special for sure. But his game isn't that good here.
You should take your class.
Differentiating between the person and the game.
He's threatening queen takes a2 mate. I think we have somebody that needs to get
Okay.
booted.
Yep. Okay, I'm doing this.
You're,
I mean,
you're on it.
I'm on it. I'm just saying, okay,
it
Ben,
could be worse.
there you go. It's coming.
Okay, it could be much worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Actually, we've been remarkably
You're lucky.
free of that. Is that because of Twitch itself maybe being a little more on top of things, or
That's a good question. I don't know if they do. You know,
moderation?
where the
Yeah, auto moderation, so
right.
people
I
can.
mean, I think that, yeah, whatever.
We should be thankful that's all it was.
Yeah.
Here we go. And here's the
This is a
game.
tough position, though. This is very tough.
Christopher
I mean,
Nelson is white against Austin Bourdier.
who is Ludi Master Josephus?
Christopher Nelson.
Okay. Well, this is I mean, White has, struggled here. He's lost 2 pawns now, and he's got to make something out of the king in the middle. Otherwise, this is just going to be over. I mean, Black can centralize the rook and bring the king back down to f8, and then I don't see what White's got.
Yeah.
You know.
All
So
right.
Austin 809 is in command here.
He's looking all right.
Yeah.
Now that is a pawn chain here.
I've been working on a pawn chain.
So tell us a little teaser about your new class, The Art of Defense. It's starting next Wednesday, everyone.
Yeah, there's this we've been learning how to attack.
Yes.
And now we're gonna learn how to defend. Actually, they're two sides of the same coin.
Mhm.
I think that's one way that we can look at it here. Being a good defender means that you're going to be a better attacker. And
some players get reputations for their defense.
oh yeah.
Right. But like what does that suggest? Because does that mean that their style is not aggressive? Like what is it about a player where they're just more inclined to have an aptitude for defense more than other things?
Well, that's a good reason. Well, I mean, there are players, for example, you can play a chess game. You can play a chess game where rather than trying to do something yourself, you try to prevent your opponent from making his plans. And it's an interesting exercise if you've never done it before, to try to play some offhand games where instead of thinking about your own moves all the time, you put yourself in your opponent's shoes and you say to yourself, well, what are they trying to do? And this will make you more tactically aware and a better defensive player. And it's not really playing defensively. It's sort of playing with more tactical awareness, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
It's because, players can, with intention, attack, right? Or have a style where they attack, but...
Oh, yeah.
But you don't necessarily have a style to defend. Like, my thinking and my strategy is to defend, right? It's
no,
something
because
that...
really chess favors an aggressive attacking style. But there are players that are really, traditionally have been just so excellent at thwarting their opponent's plans. And Petrosian is the most famous example, world champion Tigran Petrosian. And then there are players that it's not about thwarting their plan, their opponent's desire. It's more about uh, uh, go ahead, attack me. You know, if you attack me, you're making concessions.
Yeah.
And Korchnoi is the most famous player that would grab any pawn that was given to him and
then try
then
to hang on.
counterattack.
Yeah.
And then try to hang on to the pawn and counterattack. Steinitz maybe was the first player that was really into that, but Korchnoi took it to another level. Steinitz was trying to defend ridiculously bad positions.
Hey, so Paul, I'm gonna go back to this game because Catherine Lou's been hanging on to this pawn for quite a while. They've traded one of the rooks off. How does this look?
White needs to grab that a6 pawn somehow. I mean, rook d2, trying to play rook d6. White's only hope here is to be able to come around and grab that pawn. I mean, if White just plays passively, Black's going to play e5, e4, king e5, then f4, and make a pass pawn on the king side. So here she comes with rook d2.
And if something like king e5, do you go all the way? Rook d.
Yeah, go back and try to attack that a pawn. I mean, this is all, endgames are always about pass pawns. Who's got the pass pawn? Who can make a pass pawn? Who can... King e7, that's good. That's a good move. But it's a little bit more difficult for Black to play, the straightforward e5, e4, and the king is just defensive here. But
a lot of chess to go in that still.
yeah, Black is still better,
Whoa. Look at this game here. You're popping up soon.
Being a good defender is a matter of mental toughness, too. This is turning into a slaughter. This is terrible. Kevin, you're losing a rook.
Yeah.
G7 check.
And there it is right there.
Yeah.
Nice game there by Robert Smith.
Who's
Ma Turner.
Who's Ma Turner?
Robert Smith the third.
Okay.
Back to Christian Clemens' game. It looks like he was able to pick off a piece. How did that happen? Oh, look at that. Look at that. You'll see that.
Yeah.
Boom.
Well, now Black has to find some shot on the king side, or else it's, c5.
C5. Yep.
Tactical awareness.
Nice shot.
Crushing move.
Christian Clemens.
Should be a simple move. It's late. Maybe who's ever Black there is playing Black there. So now White just needs to avoid getting checkmated or falling into some thing, and should win.
Back to Tom Mazer.
Tom's doing. This game has been very complicated. But White's attack has been halted here, and this is tough. This is a tough game. I like Black now. Black is centralized. The white rooks are kind of ineffective over there.
Yeah, because
They're just not doing much over there.
Yeah.
Black is well defended.
They look scarier than their.
But it's still, it's hard to do anything too with the black pieces. So maybe if the bishop could get to f6, maybe.
So check in on Elliot Winslow, who looks like he's got 3 passed pawns in his game.
Yes.
That's looking pretty.
Yeah, I mean, white has to make a desperate attempt with d5 and e6 or something like that. This is white needs to try to bust open black as fast as possible. I don't know if it's possible because these queenside pawns are.
So in Nick DeFermian's arena, right before the tournament, National Master Sriram Krishnakumar played 4 games in the arena, won all 4, and then said in the chat that he needs to leave at 5:30 because he's got class. So he left right before 5:30, and he continued to lead the arena until 5 minutes left in the arena, where Nick finally passed him. But dude checked out halfway and almost still won the arena.
That's funny.
That was pretty funny, yeah. He's like, well, I got to go. And then I'm like, it's 5 minutes left. He's still winning. And then Nick passed him up. All right, let's.
White has threats here like rook a2. This is still a game. Still a game.
Let's check Mike Walder. It looked pretty dominant, but.
Oh, Mike was.
Oh yeah, this is crushing. What am I
Mike was a piece up and a winning position and
everything. Let's check. Let's check on this game. Christopher Nelson and Austin Bourdier. Let me switch the board orientation here. Actually, there we go. Does white have enough of some kind of attack here?
well, I mean, black has decided to leave his king in the middle where it's, vulnerable. And if you do that, you're giving your opponent a chance. So for some reason, black played h5 earlier instead of rook over and then king fa. So the king is not always safe in the middle of the board. And even though it looks like black's winning, there's always hope in a situation like this.
Checking in on Akko Hidari and Nick Reed. Nick has offered a draw. White.
Oh, this got maybe better for black. It got complicated here. C5 and threatens the queen and the knight at f3. I mean, somehow it looks like white should be better here with the idea of queen d6 check. It could be one of those very clever draw offers we've been talking about.
Interesting.
I mean, this is a volatile position. So, I mean, c5 is very dangerous for black to play that. Pawn takes, in fact, it's probably losing. Pawn takes c5, queen takes f3, then pawn takes b6, threatening the rook at a5 and threatening queen d6 check. Yikes.
Going back to this end game here.
Probably should be a draw.
Yeah, it feels I think yeah, this is tough, huh? Can you play king f3 and then you look to do something like h4? Yeah.
White's looking like trying to hang in there. Also, white could play king e4. This game, this is a tough little position. Well, what if black tries to play king e6, king f5, and g4 check?
Yeah, I mean that would be.
Yeah, I think, but king e6 is met by h4.
Right, you just do that then.
Yeah, so black needs to find the right move here.
Kudos to Catherine Liu.
Yeah.
Fighting.
Yeah, this is not easy. White's got this h4 move coming up, and to discombobulate these pawns. So, and both rooks are badly placed in a way.
Well, now rook e5.
And if h4, rook e3 check.
Right.
Good move. Yes. White can't play b5 because of rook takes b5. So white's in trouble.
But if the rook moves off of the fifth rank, is b5 a possibility?
Yeah. I mean, like white could play rook b3 here, renewing the idea of playing h4. But then maybe black would be able to play rook e3 check. Takes, king takes, king c6. Yeah, that would win for black, I think. So we couldn't play rook b3. I think white's on the cusp of losing here. Maybe king c6, rook d8. Last chance.
Let's go back and check on Tom Mazer, who is Talinov against LOL, the awesome dude, Akshaj Pulijala.
Thanks for joining us, everybody.
And for everyone watching, if you haven't done that already, if you just look right below the Golden Gate Bridge, click that follow button, and you will you'll be notified when the mechanics is up and running and live.
And black has put the bishop on f6, so this was very good.
Click under the Golden Gate Bridge while you still can.
Who knows? Who knows, right?
Yeah, who never knows when we'll go in.
Thank you so much for tuning in. We see that we got a few more viewers. This is round 1 of a 5-round tournament. We play 1 round each Thursday night, so it becomes a 5-week marathon, which we call a Thursday night marathon, after the Mechanics' historic Tuesday night marathon, which has been going on for 40 years, and pandemic forced us to do it online. So we have a Tuesday night marathon with gaming 35, and now a Thursday night marathon with a longer time control. So yes, and it used to be 12 round. That's correct. So I don't know who's I8 F pawn. I8 pawn.
Yeah, sure.
Abel and Judith, you folks should run another 12 rounder one day.
Yes.
Like
yeah.
Right in the middle of the year.
Yeah, I'd be totally down for that.
Somewhere in the middle of the year, just run another 12 rounder, because nothing says marathon like 12 rounds,
And Austin Bourdier got it done. Congratulations.
And actually, probably summertime is the best time, right? Because if people
12-round tournament, incredible. Back to the Mechanics Institute chess tournament, back to the club 12-rounder or something.
Yeah, maybe we should open with that one, right? We go back over the board at 12 rounds.
Yeah. Let's really gonna show you some chess.
Jonah Bush wants a true marathon, 26.2. 26.2 rounds.
Yeah. So
that is
do
funny.
we know who's IF pawn?
Sriram Krishna Kumar.
I find okay, sounds good.
So yeah,
I
Shriram.
mean, yeah, it would be quite something to have a 12 round tournament.
Yeah. Well, Paul, let us know when you think it's time.
I'm game. I
Yeah.
I would be game for that for sure. Wow,
Well,
look
you
at
have to figure out how to do it.
well, just 12 round. Just like and would it be one open section
Yeah,
or
the open. I guess open would be a good way to do it.
Well, that's the only way because if we have sections, then I won't be able to pair after 9 rounds, probably.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, no,
especially if it's social distance. We're not gonna have enough people.
yeah, exactly. So probably we can start with that because I don't think we're gonna have enough people.
So let's check this end game again.
What game are we looking at?
This is Catherine Liu against Aaron Nikoski.
Yeah, and I counted three girls, right? Catherine, Sharvie, and Marina, right?
Uh huh.
Do you have any other girls in this tournament?
No, I think that
Yeah,
is it.
so
I'm like looking.
three of them are qualified to win the best female prize. We do have a best female prize this tournament. So if any girls out there listening to this, if you want to hop in with a half point buy, it's not too late. So
Right.
yeah,
I think black is winning here. Rook e3 check and rook g3.
and Christian
Right.
won the game just now.
Christian Clemens.
Good job, Christian and Yali. Good fight. If only that pawn move. You offered a draw one step late, right?
All right, now look at this move here. Is there anything to what's gonna happen here, Paul?
Well, white's black
Shriram
might.
Shriram wants to see King
Yeah,
C2.
and Christian,
Yeah,
go back to your game
sure.
because when the opponent offered a draw, um, like before that, move really drawish, so that was totally fair. But then I think you had a good choice not taking that draw. So
Look at Christian. He learned the
C2
opening
looks like the right move for sure.
and played. And Christian Clemens saying he learned the opening on Chessable during his lunch break today.
yeah,
Christian Clemens does not waste time. Like when he gets a break, practice your openings.
yeah.
How did Michael Walter do?
He
He's
is
still playing.
he's up the earth.
He's up the earth. He's up on time.
I had to rewind my stream,
Yeah,
so I'm
yeah.
getting prepared for Taylor Swift or something like
Yeah,
that.
or Wild West Wings, Buffalo Wings, or whatever.
Right, or something like that.
Charmin.
Geico.
It was Geico. Huh?
It was Geico.
Here we go. Back.
Yeah.
Nick.
Up a rook and a bishop. Black is really putting on the Ritz here. And somehow white didn't get his queen to g6. This is a very volatile position. I mean, black play rook takes b1 is the obvious move. Rook takes b1, queen takes a6, forced. Rook takes a6, rook b1, and then black is probably better in the endgame. I like the fact that white has doubled A pawns and black has doubled H pawns.
Oh, look at that! Yeah. I'm fascinated by this position. Going back to Elliot Winslow and Patrick Donnelly. He takes the queen.
Well, he's gonna try to do something like what? I mean, Elliot's up a rook now.
Oh, sort of looking, although there's probably nothing there. What if he plays
Queen A7.
or just yeah, Queen A7 actually. That's interesting.
Black could probably play rook E6 or maybe rook F8, either one. Just white's not got enough.
I was also looking at bishop takes F7 and then
Oh, Queen A7 was played.
yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
Interesting.
Well,
It's
desperation.
probably the only chance of something.
Rook E6 here.
Can he just ignore it and then just push? I mean, yeah.
Well, if he pushes, white can take that push. So maybe rook F8 or rook E6.
Yeah.
Rook E6, yeah, it's a little awkward. I mean, white's still got something going here. Rook F8 makes sense.
And now E6, but
Well, then black will just take that, I think. And if bishop E6, just move the king into the corner.
let's look at this game that we
Attack
have.
is gone. Yeah, and if rook takes E6, then queen C2. Queen C2 check. Yeah, you could even play queen C2 check.
And this is Brian Hood against Brandon G.
Yeah, and welcome everyone. We got some new viewers too. This is round 1 of our 5-week, 1 round per week Thursday night marathon. We had 34 players playing in 17 games. We had 3 buys this evening, and we have 7 games left. All the games are under sort of 15 minutes and under each side, a little bit less maybe, so around total of probably 20 minutes.
Yeah, the games
Distributed about between players, that's different. So
whoa, let's check in on Tom Mazur's game here.
whoa.
So 93, rook E3, rook G7. I'm not sure what's going on there.
93, rook E3, rook G7.
No.
Unless
Looks like maybe black made a mistake by playing bishop E3. I don't know why black wants to. Black should have taken
what
the
about
rook
Queen
on
E5?
G1.
What about Queen E5? Rook G7, Queen E5.
Well, hold on. Was there something on the E3 square? Because black seems to have.
Well, white played F3 and then bishop E3.
I see. All right, so now rook G7, Queen E5.
Queen E5.
Yep. I see. Bishop takes rook was possible. So rook G7, Queen E5. Well, then I guess there's different moves that white could play there.
Yeah.
I mean, what's white going to do if he doesn't play rook G7? Has to. And maybe there could be a queen ending. Rook E1 check, rook E1, rook E1, queen E1, king G7. That's going to be a draw probably.
Let's go back to Nick Reed's.
A
Well,
lot of chess is just sort of blah, 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 blah. You know, the sort of these sequences that play out.
and then they do something totally different. And it's like, why do we just spend the last 2 minutes talking about a?
Now, Nick has gotten himself into trouble here.
Yeah.
Rook h3 threatens rook mate. White seems to have sort of gotten himself a little passive here. This hasn't worked out very well.
And he's under 5 minutes now in time also.
Yeah. Black is better. And maybe winning king g1. Okay, f3. So now rook h1, king f2, knight d3 check probably is winning.
Yeah.
If king g2,
Yeah.
rook g1.
Right? I mean, rook h1.
King f2, knight d3, king g2, rook d1. You could even take the rook at b2, probably winning. Rook h1, king f2, knight d3, king g2, rook d1, rook c2 is absolutely forced, and then knight e1 check wins the rook. That's it.
As
Yeah.
Christian Clemens and Sriram also agree. Rook g7 was played in the game between Tom Mazer and Akshaj Pulijala.
Yeah, now who knows what's going on in that game?
And I'm predicting Queen e5.
This is another double rook situation with queens on the board. I think we have another game like that somewhere else.
Yes, that was this game. Brian Hood and Brandon Shee.
But that was a lot tamer than this one.
Brian Hood under 1 minute in this game. But yeah, let's go back to the other one.
This is offering the rook queen for 2 rooks, which black maybe shouldn't go into. Are these the last 2 games?
Now we got 3, 4, 6 games.
Yeah, 6 games, although
They're all on the edge. Yeah.
Yeah, many are quite looped already, or
They're on the edge of glory. Yeah.
edge of glory. That's good. Yeah, that can be expression.
Like Lady Gaga, yeah.
Is that Lady Gaga?
Yeah, it's a song.
You see, I'm not.
Edge of glory. Pop culture? Isn't that your
Pocket
thing?
scenes and everything.
Pop culture, not your thing.
Well, it's not really pop culture anymore. Like, no Queens, no Rolling Stones, no.
Yeah, it's gone. Now those are like
I'm old.
the classical music is, you know, the Rolling Stones is classical music now.
Yeah.
All right.
Ah, Christian. Oh, I see. Christian started a new game and it popped up. Okay, then we have. Okay.
Yeah, when you're following someone.
So when you start following and the games are popping us at one.
Queen e5 is still a good move here. But,
Elliot's opponent is really under time pressure as well. Or are we watching
well, this is a little bit funny here.
Okay, Elliot, close the show.
Elliot Winslow got it there. Yep.
Black might have messed this up. but what is white going to do after, say, king d5? Just chase the black king to h5, or, you know, even this. This looks just lost for white.
Back to
Yeah, this is busted. White's down 3 pawns. I don't think the rook is stuck. And this game, black is really hoping for a miracle in this game. He's down a bishop and a rook now for quite a while.
And look at this, queen e5.
Yeah, that was a nice centralizing move. I don't know what's happening here. I mean, this is quite complicated.
And look at this move that was played here.
Rook g6, sure. Maybe rook 7 to g6. Rook g4. I guess that's the only move. So what happens? Rook g4, hg, king c. That's got to be completely lost after rook takes g4. There was no move anyway. White had nothing, so this is as good as anything.
But how's it lost? Rook takes g4, h takes g4.
White's going to lose that pawn on g4. If rook takes e4, oh, I see. Rook takes e4. That's right, because if rook h3, rook e5 check, black king should have gone over to h5, and then the game would have been completely, white wouldn't have had any chance. I don't think rook e4 would have drawn. Black king just goes back over to attack the rook, and then eventually ends up on h5. And so rook e4, black could go back with king c5. And then just find shelter over on the king side. That's what it seems to me.
But what happens here? Because
well, black just takes on g4, right?
And then the pawn takes.
Pawn takes, yeah.
Oh, I see.
Then king comes over.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
Even though white gets to play king takes f3.
Okay, so king comes.
It blocks out the king just in time.
And king. Okay.
No, black's got all the time in the world to win this.
Yeah. Yeah.
The king is going to just finesse the other king and get to the f4 square.
Hey, look at this. Look what happened over here. And
it doesn't have time. Yeah. Okay, so
two rooks against a queen.
Well, if rook f2 check, we probably have a position that's a little better for black, because the black king can go to e5. This is a better endgame for black, but is it winning? I don't know.
Well, keep an eye on this one. Fiddle leaf.
And it's even
maybe it's not a better ending for black at all.
And even if white is down on time, it's a 5-second increment. So 5 seconds, and that's quite a bit.
And
not only is going after the b pawn.
Not only is Elliot Winslow in the chat, I think Alejandro Canales is in the chat.
Yeah, F5 is probably a draw for sure.
What happened to the posting of the pairings?
They were posted.
They were posted. Let me share the Google Sheet. Oh, maybe did you post it on the website?
On the website, yeah.
Okay, on the website too. So it was posted. So we have two places you can look up. You can look up in the Google Sheet where actually you can see the results as they come in. We updated quite fast right after. And yeah, Abel posted it on the website too. He's a good boy.
Yep.
Good kid.
So I don't know what you did, Elliot, or didn't do.
Oh, after 5 p.m. Yeah, it was after 6, but
It was after 6 p.m. because
yeah.
I was streaming Nick's Arena, so I did it right after that.
Yeah.
But that's only because it
Second-
was the first round. Yeah.
Yeah, first round we get a lot of last minute registrations. So yeah, 5 p.m. was a little optimistic, and that's kind of a bad habit of mine, over promising. So I will have to keep that. I'll have to learn how to not to overpromise. Tell them 7 p.m. pairing time.
Yeah, 6:45. Yeah.
I think Black is losing here, or close to it, but not with that. Now Black can play Queen takes G4.
Oh, yeah.
But he's probably got a lost end game. He's going to lose 2 pawns. Black got messed up here.
Okay, Aaron did win the game against Catherine.
Yeah.
So
But good
fight,
game.
Catherine.
Good game there, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
And look at, it looks like Christian
was-
Clemens won.
Yeah, he won. Yeah.
He made it.
He was in
Well,
the-
he was up a piece for about the last 20 moves, so
yeah.
not too surprising.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. How did that go? Wow. Oh, we're watching
Yeah.
an extra game.
Same thing following, right? Okay,
Right,
so
right.
Walder is up 3 minutes, and okay, it should be made soon, right?
So that happened.
Yeah, well, White's, Black doesn't have anything to do to better than, so he plays Queen G4, but now after just F takes G4,
Okay.
Rook E1, couple pawns are lost.
Okay, nice win, Mike. Were you guys okay? Mike Walder closed the show while
Yeah.
you guys were
Yeah, he was
game.
up late.
Akko won too.
Elliot, Mike's got a never resigner.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, and Akko got that win against Nick Reed.
nice.
And
nice.
Swift Breeze also got that win.
And Akko, next time you change handle, please let us know, so I don't have to frenetically fast look up your username. But
And this is
okay,
it.
Brandon, nice to see you play, Brandon. If you watch this, we are really happy that you're here.
This is the final game.
Yeah, tell me, sure.
F takes G4, Rook E1, White plays Rook takes H6 check, and Rook takes A6, and is up 2 pawns in a Rook and pawn ending. That's not good for Black. I think White's trying to find something simpler, but just take the queen with the pawn, and
Yep. Should be a win, says Sriram.
Wow.
Queen B2 check is,
Wasn't that a mistake taking with the rook? Because now he doesn't have the option of taking
yeah,
the
why did he
H pawn.
take with the Rook? I don't understand.
Kids these
Now the
days.
pawns are even. This is just completely bizarre.
Elliot
No.
is emphatically saying this is wrong.
Yeah. I mean, he can go back rook g6, but then black's going to have the h pawn. It just didn't make no sense at all.
Yeah, but let's give White a little bit of credit. Like he's a 1300 rated player playing against Tom Macer, who's 1900, right? Granted, their chess.com ratings are a little bit more closer to their current, but
Judith, I think we're on the different page here.
yeah, a totally different page. I can totally get that.
No, I'm just,
Hey, we're fair and balanced. We provide both sides. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm trying
and
to attack those poor guy who is like fighting and
Yeah.
well, if you don't like the
Oh,
heat, you
look at
gotta
that.
stay out of the kitchen, right?
Look at that. Wasn't that way too passive? Hey,
Let's
Mike.
see. Yeah, that's extremely passive. That's funny. Yeah.
Elliot's going crazy in the chat. He just doesn't want to. He doesn't like seeing suboptimal play.
uh,
Silman? What is this with Silman? I agree with you, Judith, in one respect, but we're still trying to sort of,
And White offered the draw.
uphold some chess standards.
yeah.
White offered a draw, and Black took it.
It's right away. Well, yeah, it's quite. But yeah, I mean, I get it. Like,
That guy's coach is gonna have a field day.
Well, you know why it's drawn? Because it's 8:38, and
well, I know that Tom actually wasn't really planning on playing at all. Probably he's decided last minute to play, but I know he has a really busy week. He had to withdraw from the Tuesday night marathon because of a few really busy weeks. So it's, yeah, so busy days. So
Good
Okay.
games, and
we are updating this. So we are going to post the standings as soon as we get offline. Abel can do his Swiss magic and then
that's
post
right.
it.
We're gonna do Swiss magic. We're gonna do newsletter magic, and get everything posted up. And that's it. Round one in the books. We'll post the standings online on the page for the Thursday night marathon, and we look forward to being back. Not this Tuesday because it's an off week for the Tuesday night marathon, but it is not an off week for FIDE Master Paul Whitehead's arena. So we will have that. We'll probably do a Tuesday night online tournament for.
are we going to
players.
drag another player into that as well, like we were talking about?
I put it out there. I gotta check what he responded. I think he'll do it, and that'll be fun. We're thinking
Yeah.
we're thinking of having on the Tuesday night arena, Paul's arena, Nick and Paul in the arena at the same time. So that could be a lot of fun. I think actually,
Yeah.
and Judith, get everyone's in the arena.
Yeah, sure.
Judith, then I'll play and stream it.
I put
Well,
in a
folks,
rate,
it's
okay?
been fun.
I will put in a rate for GM Canty, okay?
Yeah, sure, sounds good.
We
So
haven't, I think, and I want to have him as a guest sometime soon. He's fun, so.
thank you, Judith. Thank you, Paul, for hanging out, and everyone watching. Thank you for following us and watching us at the Mechanics Institute, our first ever Thursday night marathon stream, and we'll be back next Thursday for round two. And the new Tuesday night marathon starts in 2 weeks, so sign up for that. Just go to milibrary.org/chess, and you get all the information on our
I
upcoming
don't have
events.
the right to raid because I logged in as myself and not as mechanics. So
Oh my God! So
I know.
what do I have to hit?
So /raid and GM Canty, Canty, sorry, all in one word, GMCANTY. Okay.
And
Yep.
from downtown San Francisco, I'm going to sign myself out here.
All right, everyone. Thank
Bye,
you
everyone from Central Valley, California.
from San Jose and Paul from downtown SF. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Good night, everybody.